28-year-old Logan Broadbent says he learned to throw a boomerang before the time he could even walk. And after spending a day at the park with him, it's hard not to believe it. With coaching from his father, the Cleveland native became one of the youngest ever to represent the U.S. national team in the World Boomerang Championships at the tender age of 14. And later this summer, Broadbent will return to the same site in Kiel, Germany to again compete for the red, white, and blue.
We hold it every 2 years, and the best boomerang throwers from all around the world, from Norway, Sweden, France, Italy, Germany, Brazil, Japan, Australia, of course, will be meeting in Kiel, Germany to compete against all the other countries, and we're hoping to come back as world championships.
Logan will be tested in a variety of different events at the World Games, including fast catch, trick catch, accuracy, endurance, maximum time of loft, something called Australian rounds, and a distance throw, where Broadbent is the current U.S. record holder.
So how do they measure that you're a good boomerang thrower? What constitutes like an awesome boomerang throw?
Each event tests a different skill, and each event uses different types of boomerangs depending on the conditions that you're faced with outside.
And although Logan has emerged as the top boomeranger in the United States, he was also an All-American diver in high school and has twice qualified for the U.S. Triathlon Nationals. His skill set and athleticism would also help Logan earn a spot at the American Ninja Warrior qualifier in Philadelphia, where he competed for a shot at the finals just last month.
Tell me about the correlations between throwing a boomerang and how that helped you prepare for something like that.
Yeah, so at first glance, they look pretty different, but actually a lot of the skills that it takes to become a good ninja are very similar to boomerang throwing. You have to be fast, you have to be agile, you have to have balance and obviously coordination, right? Hand and eye coordination when we're throwing and catching. But I think more than anything, it relates in kind of the mental fortitude that you need. In boomerang throwing, we're constantly thinking about how hard we're throwing, how much spin we're putting in the boomerang, the height, the relation to the wind, how much layover. So you're constantly thinking about the right technique. And in American Ninja Warrior, this is the first time you've seen any of these obstacles. They don't let you do test runs or anything like that. And so you really need to think about the technique that you're going to put into each obstacle and hopefully persevere and make it through.
At what point in your life did you realize that you had legit ninja skills and you were confident enough to try out for a show like American Ninja Warrior?
Oh my gosh. Well, you know, growing up, I was always somewhat of a backyard gymnast. I was never really formally trained. But I always I taught myself how to do backflips at a young age, and to catch a boomerang doing a backflip. I had a trampoline when I was young, which I think also helped out. And my dad let me climb pretty much anything I wanted. I spent a lot of time climbing trees after the boomerangs that I threw up there. So I got very good at climbing from a young age, and I've been running around, jumping off things, and climbing ever since. So it was a perfect fit.
Logan would receive just 2 weeks' notice that he had been chosen to compete at American Ninja Warrior. So he traveled to specialty gyms in both Columbus and Buffalo, New York to train for the types of obstacles that he expected to see. Although a layout of the course was kept secret until the night of the regional qualifier, which included 2 brand new obstacles never before featured on the show.
Well, take me through the Philly qualifier. You had to make the top 30, I believe, wasn't it?
That's right. Yep, you had to make top 30.
And there's well over 100 contestants. What was your strategy in there when you first saw the course and you had to get out there and take it on?
I kind of broke it down into a couple goals. My first goal was just to have a great time, and I certainly succeeded in doing that. I had an absolute blast. But I thought everything through, you know, from start to finish. I even put plastic bags on my shoes before walking up to the starting line.
Okay.
Because there was a lot of dust on the ground, and that would cause you to lose a lot of traction on the bottom of your shoes. Just like on a basketball court, if it's dusty, you start to slide a bit. It happened all night, so it was from 8 p.m. until probably about 5:30 a.m.
Really?
We were out there, running the course. And so very long night. I ended up going somewhere just before the halfway point in the night. And up until that point, not many people had made it to the obstacle that I made it to. So my goal was really to at least make it to that obstacle and hopefully make it beyond to guarantee me a spot in the city finals. The one thing I didn't think enough about was time. And I wanted to show my personality, to have fun with the show, and to kind of get the crowd hyped. But I spent a bit too much time doing that between each obstacle, which ultimately led to me finishing in about 32nd place. I was about 2 spots out of the finals. They take the top 30 for the city finals. So had I gone just a little bit faster, I would have easily been in the finals and been able to compete the next night.
So I imagine probably a little bit of regret there?
A little bit, but you know, I can't regret much. I was certainly blessed to have the opportunity to go out there and compete, and even more lucky to have so many people and friends and fans and colleagues who have been there to encourage me throughout the course. So, you know, Boomerang Ninjas always make a comeback, and next year is going to be my comeback year. So I can't wait to apply again, hopefully be selected again, and to get to compete and learn from the lessons of this year.
In the meantime, Broadbent is focused on Team USA in the World Boomerang Championships at the end of July, where he will defend his crown as World Trick Throw Champion and try to bring back yet another championship to the city of Cleveland.